my husband had to have me try that was a green pepper sauce.
Green pepper, okay.
That was served over a steak.
Oh.
And that was amazing.
Okay.
I have to say that was very good. I guess it was just special to one region, but you know, you can't go wrong with German sausage either.
I never had a microwave.
Really?
Really. Right.
I don't think I've met anyone that hasn't had one. So I think you're my first one.
Maybe I'm the only one.
I'm sure I'll be back to Germany next summer. We'll come visit you again.
That would be great. So you're very, very welcome.
We're waiting for, my husband will be waiting for the sandwiches again.
Okay, I will organize sandwiches again.
All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Design Discussions with Nadine. I'm Nadine, and today we have Peter here. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Peter is with Allmilmo, and if you have been following my YouTube and podcast, you'll probably recognize this gentleman. We actually did a podcast at his location over there in Germany, and that was lovely. I so much enjoyed seeing your showroom and talking all the things, so that was great.
Thank you.
Now you're here in my part of town in Texas, and it's great to have you, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Nadine.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here.
Thank you so much. Now, what's new with Allmilmo? I know we haven't seen you since summertime, and we kind of went over, you know, all of the things that you have there, all the beautiful kitchens, and
yes.
So what's been happening since we saw each other last?
Yes, we had in the meantime in October we had our own house fair, which we did in our own premises in our showroom. So invited dealers from all over the world, from Germany. Yeah, so all our dealers, of course, not everybody is able to come to Germany. But we had a very good response. Before the fair, we changed again some kitchens, in total four kitchens, and we showed new door styles. Allmilmo is always focused on unique door styles, not always standard. Mm-hmm. So we changed four kitchens, and then we got a very good response during our house fair in October.
Oh, that's very good. Is the pink kitchen still there?
The pink kitchen, of course, is still there. Especially when you were there, you mentioned the Barbie, and the Barbie is very trendy in Germany too. That's why we decided to leave this pink kitchen.
That's good. I know my video was very popular too. People were like amazed, like, "What? There's pink? I can actually get a pink kitchen?" I said, "Absolutely, yes, you can. It's amazing."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
and on the other side, we have now a blue kitchen. So this room is now
very colorful.
Yeah, absolutely, very colorful, a pink and a blue.
And then, of course, you have red, right?
Red, exactly. In the entrance, we have a red kitchen. So yeah, we have, even though most people still buy gray or white because it's timeless, it's neutral color, but sometimes you have to show an eye catcher to get the attraction of the people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned door styles or door finishes, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, because when I was in your showroom, you had some liquid metal doors and some concrete, and I wanted to talk about those and a little bit more in the process of how you guys do those, because even when I posted those videos, people looked at them and was like, they were in shock too. Like, wait a minute, you can have what kind of finish? Like concrete or metal?
Yeah.
So like, for instance, the liquid metal, what is the application process there on those doors?
Yeah, so it's a normal, you know, in Germany we use the normal basic material, meaning chipboard or MDF. So these are the standard materials. But of course, then you have to do the special surfaces. You can do a normal laminate, whatever. But in our case, Allmilmo, we focus, as I mentioned, on the unique door styles and the liquid metal door. I have to say we don't do it in our own factory. They are specialists. We have a supplier actually in France, and they are very specialized on these kind of unique door styles. So even though we do a lot of door styles in our factory, so many Germans, usually these mass producers, they buy in all the material. But for example, lacquer or veneer, we do ourselves. So we are probably maybe the only manufacturer doing the lacquer and the veneer ourselves. Maybe there are some few more, but this is our focus. And the liquid liquid metal, yes. So it's the basic material, and then this supplier is doing some layers in this liquid metals on the basic material. So that makes it very special.
It was very special. I mean, I had no idea what it was when I looked at it because I mean, the texture of it was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, I want that in my house.
Yeah. Honestly, there are some materials. If you look from a certain distance, you cannot really see what is it exactly it is. If it's, for example, laminate or veneer from a certain distance, you cannot see what is it really. So you have to touch it. You have to come closer to the kitchen, and then you can identify what it is exactly.
Yeah. And what would you say is the most popular style that you guys sell the most, or color? What's trending with you guys right now? What would you say?
Yeah. So you have to see the markets are very different. Germany is I would say, a very basic market for mass production. So in Germany, mainly it's sold laminate, melamine, anti-fingerprint, and these materials have the biggest market share in Germany. When you go to other countries like US or New Zealand or Asia, it's that the trends are very different from country to country. Nevertheless, we see our market, because we are very high-end, in a premium segment. So we still produce our laminate doors because we need it for the European or German market. On the other hand, we try to follow the trends in other countries in this premium segment, and there we see this anti-fingerprint gray, anthracite gray, I would say, all in all, we sell most, because I think, again, this is timeless. Even though in US or Asia, gray, white is still trend. And matte colors, not high gloss. So 10 years ago, it was high gloss, but now matte is in most countries in the world, the trend, matte lacquer.
And I think that's true for the US as far as matte paint colors.
Paint, exactly.
People are going with that too, getting away from that really shiny,
glossy.
But some of the gloss finishes are really beautiful too, that I've seen in your showroom and others. I mean, I guess it depends on, it depends on the look that you're going for, right? But
Right. We still need it. There's still a market there in some countries, high gloss. Even in Germany, you sell sometimes glossy high gloss kitchens, but the majority is definitely matte and gray, black, and white. So not any extreme colors.
Yeah. I know. I think colorful kitchens are becoming more of a thing in the US, more than, or people are experimenting more, I think, with color, even if it's in a minimal place, like just an island or something.
That's right.
Instead of doing the whole kitchen. But I have seen people that did yellow and, all of that sort of thing. And I think it's fun, but at the same time, I like to give people or recommend to make sure that they are going to be happy with that in 5 years.
That's exactly the point. We have also sales in red or blue, but maybe after 2 or 3 years, they don't like the color anymore because there's a new trend. So you
never know.
You never know, exactly. But we feel that, speaking again about trends from France, we get a lot of inquiries for light blue, light green, light red. So there is, it seems the trend is more colorful than in some other countries at the moment.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on to segment 1, our first segment of fun. And this is going to be called Roles Reversed. So I talked to you, I interviewed you a little bit. Now you get to reach into the little cushion there next to you and pull out those 3 little pieces of paper. Now you get to ask me some questions.
All right.
That I don't know of. I don't know what they are. So
yes. Okay.
I'm on the hot seat now.
So I don't know how many times you have been in Germany, but my question is, what is your favorite German food?
Well, that's a tough one. I love all German foods. Of course, the sausage is amazing,
right? A famous sausage.
But there's a specific sauce that I had that my husband had to have me try. That was a green pepper sauce.
Green pepper, okay.
That was served over a steak.
Oh,
and that was amazing. I
Okay.
have to say that was very good. I guess it was just special to one region, but you know, you can't go wrong with German sausage either.
Usually the most famous German food is currywurst. So it's curry sauce, but this is a red, so it's not a green one.
Okay. No,
And the curry pulver.
no, this one was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm
All
happy
right.
with that one.
So next question, what is your favorite German town? I don't know which parts you have seen so far in Germany, but your favorite.
I've seen quite a few of the major towns, but I have to say my favorite one was, and correct me if I say this wrong, Wiesbaden.
Wiesbaden.
Did I say it right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
Perfect.
that's good for me.
Perfect.
Okay, a beautiful, quaint little town. I mean, the little restaurants there were so
Okay.
amazing, and architecture there was beautiful.
Okay.
So I would have to say that.
I have
As
to-
of right now, Wiesbaden is my
I
favorite.
have to admit, I've never been in Wiesbaden.
Okay, well now then you have to go.
Now I have to go.
Yeah,
I mean,
go.
I heard that it's a beautiful
Yeah,
town.
go
but,
and then we can talk. You can let me know if you liked it as well, because
all right,
loved it.
next time.
Yeah.
Okay. How good is your German?
terrible.
Did you ever learn a little bit of German in school or somewhere?
No,
No?
German was never an option in the U.S. in school.
Okay.
At least not when I was growing up. It was either French or Spanish.
All right. Yeah.
So it was never a thing. But it's one of those languages I would like to learn. My husband can speak German, as we know.
Yeah. Yesterday I spoke a little bit of German
lucky
with
him.
him.
But unfortunately, it's not so good. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
No problem. No problem.
Your English is much better than my German.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But what I learned in US when I did my internship in the 90s, that Spanish is a very important language in US, and I have to admit I don't speak any word Spanish. So that was my experience. That here in America, Spanish is much more important than French or German or Italian.
Yeah, it's the number one language that kids will learn in school, as I said.
Yeah, right. And if you are in Florida, I just came from Miami. Already on the airports, you see Spanish and English, so it's bilingual. I would say.
Exactly. So those were fun questions, all about German. So that was fun. I like that. Okay, so moving on back to asking you the questions. How has business been for Allmilmo in the U.S.?
Yes, actually, we just started again. We have a kind of restart in US. In former times, Allmilmo was quite a big brand in US with own office in New York and own showroom. But for certain reason, we went out of the market, and now we are coming back since around 2 years again, trying to find good partners, because that's the key point. Having good partners, being able to sell, first of all, German kitchens, because we have a special system, this modular system, and special sales book. You have to understand how it works and how to design. So you need good people, good professional dealers. And when I joined Allmilmo 2 years ago, I noticed that, or from my point of view, the US market is becoming more and more important for German brands, because the European markets, especially now, they are very saturated. So we have to, especially with our premium brand, I think US is a very potential market. So we found a couple of new dealers in Denver, in Houston, in New York, California. So it's a little bit too early how successful we will be, but we started again, and we have a lot of confidence in the American market.
I think so too. And I think especially right now, you mentioned you were having business a while ago, pulled back and then came back in. I think right now is definitely the better time to be back in, because the German kitchens, European style, is definitely on an uptick of growth in the U.S. and especially in certain regions. The ones that you mentioned, definitely.
Exactly, that's Florida, New York, California, Texas. So these are the regions which are really interesting for German kitchens.
Yeah, so I think people are looking for something different.
Yes.
People are getting more interested in the European style. So that would be really great for you guys for sure.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think is the difference between German engineered kitchens from American made kitchens? If you have any specialty on that, or if you have any thoughts on, I mean, I know they're very different, right? The way they're manufactured are very different.
Yeah.
But what would you say is maybe like the key points and differences as far as how they're made? I know installation is different for sure.
Yeah. From my point of view, there are two key differences. So as far as I know, you do not have these nationwide manufacturers in US. I think you have a lot of manufacturers, of course, but not very big ones. So in Germany, we have the big manufacturers. I think in total we have around 50 manufacturers doing this kind of kitchen production in an industrial way, I call it, with machines and robots. And there are companies doing more than 1 billion euro turnover. And so all in all, we have around 50 brands, I would say. So as far as I know, in US, you do not have these kind of nationwide companies delivering to all parts of America. It's more regional.
And it's also, people are more, when they're doing a build or a renovation, they're looking more for when they say custom kitchen.
Yes, exactly.
They want it built by a carpenter. It's more, handmade, but of course they still use their machines, whatever they use in their shop. But it's definitely more local. As opposed to, like you said, just like how it is in Europe. You can just manufacture and send it wherever. We definitely don't have that here. So, but know we're getting in the European ones and the Germans and all that. So that's good. That's good for you guys.
And I think with regard to the product, there's a big difference. German kitchens are contemporary style, modern style, clear lines. I would say we are not too much fancy maybe with regard to designs. There we have the Italian. But for example, what I can see here many times is this kind of classic styles, country style, we call it country style kitchens with massive solid wood. And this is not a market at all in Germany. In Germany, you very rarely see country style kitchens or solid wood. I think the market share of solid wood in Germany is 3-4%, not more. And so I think this is the biggest difference so German manufacturers we produce is contemporary modern style.
And that's another reason why I sit down with people like you and I visit the showrooms, and I want to show people too I mean, a lot of people in the US want that solid wood, right? And it's educating people that you can get a European kitchen that is very good quality and will last a very long time, because I think that people's idea on a lot of those kitchens is it's not as good of quality. People associate solid wood and painted cabinets with good quality and not. So it's education for people.
Exactly.
And I think more and more the way that people learn that is an option and it can last them generations, then people will be more inclined to go with a European kitchen. For sure.
That's absolutely right what you say. I noticed this in Asia many years ago. So I traveled a lot to Asia also within the kitchen business, and there was this laminate melamine. It sounded to them like plastic, low quality, as you just mentioned. But in the meantime, it's accepted everywhere, because if you see these melamine doors and if you feel it, it feels like being real wood. And so the quality is much better than, let's say, 20 years ago. I would say. And I think the acceptance of German, European, Italian style is getting more and more in US as well. And I think another big difference is in the US you have these framed kitchens. In Europe we produce the modular system, cabinet by cabinet, which makes it very easy, for example, to fit the European kitchen in the houses.
Okay, well, very good. Now I'm going to move on to the last segment, and this one is going to be a little pop quiz for you again.
Oh, okay.
So this one is going to be 30 seconds to answer this question.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, I try my best.
It's an easy question, So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer. What are 3 things that you would not put in a kitchen as far as design or material? What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't cook myself, to be honest. So for me, one thing is I would select definitely something to clean easy. So answering your question, I would not put something, a door style, which is hard to clean.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one thing. 3 points. A countertop is, from my point of view, very, very important. I would not put myself in Germany. We are still a lot with laminate countertops. I think if I would buy a new kitchen, I would not put a laminate countertop, but a natural stone or something like that. So a natural product. A third one. Okay, I never had a microwave.
Really?
Really. So, and I still would not put a microwave in my kitchen.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of people would disagree with that last one.
Yeah,
at least the people that have had microwaves.
Yes,
because
definitely.
Most people, once you have one, you can't live without it. Then.
Right.
And I don't think I've met anyone that hasn't had one. So I think you're my first one.
Maybe I'm the only one.
But that's good.
So I can live without microwave.
Yeah,
Let's put it in that way.
Okay, that's good. Well, no judgment. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. That was the last fun question that I had for you. And it was great to see you again. And like I said, on my turf this time. But I've definitely, I'm sure I'll be back to Germany next summer. We'll come visit you again.
That would be great. You're very, very welcome.
We're waiting for, my husband will be waiting for the sandwiches again.
Okay, I will organize sandwiches again.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us again. Thank you, Peter. It was a pleasure.
You're most welcome.
Safe travels.
You for your invitation.
Safe travels back to Germany later today. Appreciate you coming. And until next time, keep designing your life, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.